Good morning once again. The topic of discussion is social engineering. First, let us understand what is social engineering. The process by which changes are brought in the society with the help of the constitution. That is what we mean by social engineering. To bring about a positive change in the society. And in other words, you can say the facilitation of social change with the help of the constitution is social engineering. Okay, so what is the need for social engineering? Why it is needed? So you know that in the past, so the ancient India, the caste system was practiced. So this caste system is handed over to us by the ancient India. So now what do we mean by caste system? The selective discrimination of the people on the basis of their varna or jati is caste system. As per the Manusmriti, uh, it is categorized into four varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas, and Shudras. So the people who belong to any of these four groups, four varnas, they were called Savarnas. And those who are outside this list, they were called Avarnas. And those people, they were treated as the untouchables. Okay, now, so after our independence, the main hurdle, the main obstacle that remained as a problem for maintaining the unity and integrity of our country was this caste system. And this was the main thing which was used by the British government to play the divisive politics. So the Indian leaders recognized this as the main hurdle for our unity and integrity, and they understood that they have to do something to what to say, end this discrimination. So for this purpose, the Constant Assembly, through Article 17 of the Constitution of India, abolished untouchability. So untouchability is nothing but it is one of the symptom of the caste system. So caste system is a disease and untouchability is a symptom of this disease. Okay, so the Constant Assembly, they decided to what to say, treat the symptoms, but they did not do anything to um, abolish the caste system. So even today we find the use of caste to what to say, take benefit of the government schemes. Okay, so what was done, the people who actually comes under these selective discriminations were Dalits and the tribals, the Adivasis. So they were the Avarnas, and they were what to say, discriminated in every field. They were deprived of education, they were deprived of what to say, social equality, employment, education. Okay, so after our country became independent, the Constant Assembly, they decided to end this. Okay, for this purpose Article 17 was what to say amendment was made, and it was banned. Untouchability was banned, and other things which are related to social engineering was the system of reservation. The system of reservation. So for this deprived section, especially the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes. So what is the logic behind the what to say this reservation system of reservation? So many people feel that it is unjustified. But if you think about the conditions that prevailed before independence, these people, they were deprived of education. Okay, so they were not in a position to compete with others. So the right to equality will become meaningless if they are not given opportunities in education. So that's why, so we cannot what to say compare the people who were given best of opportunities. Understood? They were given best what to say coaching, best infrastructure. On the other hand, people who were not allowed even to sit in the classes to listen to the classes, listen to the teachers, how can they compete with them? So this is the logic behind the reservation system. So after 70 years of India's independence, so I feel this caste system means the system of reservation, which is solely based on the caste system, is becoming meaningless nowadays, because people who do not deserve, means they are financially very stable. Now many of the people who belong to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes are actually rich, and they don't need reservation. So reservation should be given to those people among the SCs and STs who really deserve it. So that then only it will become a meaningful system of reservation. So system of reservation is one of them. It is one of the part of the social engineering. So they want the upliftment of this community through education. So then it was extended to employment as well, employment opportunities, reservation in employment opportunities, then legislatures as well. So in this way, reservation has to some extent uplifted this community, and in fact we find these communities taking greater responsibilities in the development of our country. Another important thing is food security. So it is also a part of social engineering. So majority of the people in our country were living below the poverty line. Okay, so right to life constitute the right to food as well. So there cannot be right to life without right to food. So when people are unemployed, so when their incomes are very little, so they will not be in a position to what to say fulfill their basic needs. The most basic need, the food. So for this purpose, the government they started public distribution system. Through this, they cater to the needs of the people who can uh, what to say buy these goods at subsidized prices. Another important thing is women empowerment. Women were also given reservation